Alana Reid did not make it to the Jamaica women's sprint team. So, what went wrong with her World Championship campaign? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, ready? Yep. Good to go. Alana Reid is the reigning national record holder in the women's 100 meters under 20 with an astounding 10.92. This she did in the finals of the ISA Boys and Girls Champs 2023 in the Class 1 women's 100 meter finals. Now, many of you here are already aware of this fact, and we watched in astonishment as this young rising star, well, she went at making the, I shouldn't say went at it, that's not correct English, is it? She and her team decided that they wanted to get that coveted fourth place spot, either as an individual and or on the medley for the women's 100 meter relay team. Now, we know that making that team may be the hardest in the world, and I'm going to say this again. Someone questioned this the other day, and I understood what they were saying in terms of the sheer numbers. America has 325 million people, way more athletes than we do, so numerically, of course, it's harder to make the team, and I understand that and I can see that, but I still think that making the Jamaica team, let me put it this way, must be one of the hardest teams to make. And unfortunately, in her bid to make the team, Alana Reid did not make it. So why didn't she make it? In the finals of the women's 100 meters at the Jamaican National Championships 2023, it was Shericka Jackson who came first, Ashley Forbes second, Natasha Morrison third. Alana Reid came seventh, running a time of 11.10 seconds.
The set position. Off it goes. Very, very good start by Shericka Jackson. Natasha Morrison's on the premises. Thompson Hira is knocking on the door as well. Step forward, Shericka Jackson imperiously, and she steps away in great style to become back-to-back national champion.
Alana Reid did sparkle in her heats, winning her heat in 11.14 seconds to qualify.
Sent off, and a good start from Ramona Burchell. Kiara Grant is also flying, but here comes Alana Reid, the national junior record holder. Alana Reid, no Burchell.
Now, about a week before the Jamaican National Trials, this would be about June the 26th or 25th, Alana Reid performed at the Fuse Sprint Meet, in Japan in the women's 100 meters, winning in a time of 11.17 seconds. This was also the debut of her as a professional athlete, having just signed her deal not days before this meet. Not surprisingly, Alana Reid absolutely dominated the field, winning quite easily in that aforementioned 11.17. And of course, after her historic win and record-breaking run at the ISA Boys and Girls Champs in the Class 1 Women's 100 meters, Alana Reid had to, fulfilled her duties to Heidel, performing, of course, at many pen relays, the Carifta Games, not just to Heidel, but to Jamaica itself. She ran many races leading in to her run at trying to make the team for the World Athletics Championships in the women's sprint team, the Jamaican sprint team. Now, this of course is my 2 cents. There are several things that we have to look at here. The first factor as to why she may not have made the team is the obvious factor. The seniors were just better. I mean, the fact is, none of these juniors, they're not really juniors anymore, but they're juniors technically, actually made the team. And the youngest person to make the team is actually Brianna Williams. who is pretty much a seasoned vet at this point in time. The team was just too hard to make. That's a factor. But if we add that to the fact that she's the second fastest female so far for the 2023 season, in fact, Alana Reid is still the second fastest Jamaican female in 100 meters. No one outside of Shericka Jackson has actually ran faster so far than that 10.92. So what went wrong? I would say, outside of the fact that the seniors just outperformed, there were three things that I saw happen that I questioned, and I don't presume to know everything that happened. One, I was told by a very reliable source that she had an injury. Now, as to whether or not the injury was sustained before and or after World Championships, I can't say. But this source tends to be very correct. So they did tell me that she had an injury, or there was a niggling, or something was happening that made her uncomfortable physiologically. Secondarily, I think going to run at the Fuse track meet in Japan was questionable at best. It was a questionable decision. I mean, the jet lag alone, look people, I've toured a lot. Just flying from here to Japan is a day of flying. That's a lot of flying. To perform, run, turn around and fly back. And then a few days later, you go to the national championships. I don't know if I would have made that decision for my athlete. But of course, it's not my decision to make. I believe that may have factored in. Of course, she's just 18 and her recovery is going to be faster than anyone else's. But I don't know if I would have done that. I don't think a Shericka Jackson's team would have done that, or a Shelly Ann Fraser's team would have done it. And I do think that might have been a factor. And let me tell you why I think that might have been a factor. I think when she went to the national trials, championships, she was tired. She ran a really solid heat. But if you look at her race in the finals, it's a different person who's running. And this is someone who's used to going through the round. I believe that flight took a lot out of her. Secondarily, she was flying all over the place competing. This is good for her. But she's 18 years old, she was flying literally everywhere. She was in the States. Of course, we mentioned Japan. I think she might have overcompeted. That's my personal opinion. Who am I? I'm just, giving you my thoughts. And I think, coupled with the fact that she might have not been tired, overworking, I think it was significant that I think her form, the way she ran in the finals at the ISA Boys and Girls Champs, she sort of lost that form. She wasn't running like that at the championships, certainly not in the semis or in the finals. And that might have been just a result of being tired, so she sort of went back to old habits. But these are just my observations. Like I said, I have no idea what was really going on, but I have to tell you that A, I would not have flown her to Japan. B, she would not have done all those races all over the place. C, I would have given her enough time. Even if she was going to Japan, it would have had to be a month before, so she would have had enough time to recover. And D, as I said, I was told by someone who knows that she got either an injury or something, a niggling, that little feeling that something might be off. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Now, let me say this. Alana Reid is immensely talented, and I'm a huge fan, and I think this young lady is going to go very, very, very far. And people make mistakes. This is her first round, and she's been a pro athlete now for 2 months. I don't think not even 2 months. Maybe 6 weeks. I think next year we're going to see a better Alana Reid. And Alana Reid's talent is indisputable. So this is not a criticism. I'm simply telling you what I think I would have done different. No flight to Japan 1 week before one of the hardest championships on earth in track and field. That wouldn't have happened. She would not have been doing all these meets, and would have done a little bit more work on her form. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!